Hello viewers, my name is Rizwan Jafari and I'm going to be reading Lightning McQueen. I hope you enjoy. Let's start reading. Secret Agent Finn McMissile was on a mission. On an oil derrick hidden in the middle of the ocean. He was spying on the enemy, Tiny Green, Professor X and his slug, some gremlins and pacers. They had crushed and cubed Finn's fellow agent, but Finn also had his eye on a TV camera with WGP on its side. What was that camera here? Meanwhile, in Radiator Springs, Lightning, Sally, and all their friends were at the restaurant. On TV, Francisco Bernali, the Italian racing car, changed Lightning to a race in the World Grand Prix. 3 races in Japan, Italy and England. Lightning, accept the dare. I'm in. Chico! Mata was thrilled when Lightning decided to take him along for the race. Sir Miles Axelrod, the former oil baron, was the sponsor of the World Grand Prix. He started by hosting a big party in Tokyo. Secretly, Finn and Agent Holly Shifwell watched the party. Axelrod was talking to Lightning about his new alternative fuel, aloud. All the cars in his World Grand Prix would use aloud, but during their conversation, matter started leaking. Horrified, Lightning told him to go to the bathroom to clean up his oil. But in the bathroom, Matter accidentally interrupted a fight between an American secret agent and 2 of the Professor X's thugs. Graham and Asa, the American agent Rod, stuck a code electronic device under Mater just before the rusty tow truck left the bathroom. Agent Holly Shifwell met Mater outside the bathroom. She picked up the signal from the device Rod had planted. Naturally, Holly thought Mater was an American agent and that he had a top secret information for her. She told him to meet her the next day at the first race. Graham and Asa took Rod to Professor X. The little green car found out Mater had the device. Now the tow truck was in trouble, big trouble. We've secretly sabotaged Axelrod's wonder fuel, Professor X said, filling Rod with aloud. Professor X said was working for someone with an evil agenda. When the fake WGP camera sent out a radiation beam, the aloud and Rod went kaboom! The next day at the race, Finn and Holly were looking for Mater. Finally, Holly spotted Mater with Lightning's pit crew. Meanwhile, Professor Z had a device received a message from his big boss. Now the gremlins and pacers were losing on it. Mater tried to get hold of Broad's device. Holly had to protect Mater. She radiated and told him to get out of the pit area. Mater did as she asked. He thought Holly wanted to meet up with him. Mater left the pit area and saw Finn laying off with the gremlins and the pacers. She talked to Holly on his radio without releasing that Lightning could hear too. Lightning thought that Mater was giving him racing tips. When Lightning followed Mater's tips, Francisco soon passed Lightning and won the race. Afterwards, Lightning confronted with Mater. Why were you yelling at things at me while I was racing? He shouted. I lost the race because of you. Mater felt terrible. He took off the airport to go home. He didn't know Grem and Asa were following him. Luckily, Holly and Finn saved him by sweeping him away in a secret agent jet. Holly retrieved the device from Mater. It contained just one photo, a mysterious engine. Finn was convinced that whoever owned this engine was behind the sabotage plot. Mater noticed the engine has been modified using expensive spare parts. Finn had an idea. If they found out where the parts came from, they could learn the identity of the engine's owner. Soon, 3 cars were in Paris with Tomba, a spare parts dealer. Mater called the big boss a lemon, a kind of car that didn't work properly. Professor Z and his thugs were also lemons. Tomba's headlights accidentally beamed. These so-called lemons cars in 2 days, he said. The meeting was in Porto Corsa, Italy, near the next World Grand Prix race. Wearing a high-tech disguise, Mater got into the Lemonheads meeting. Professor Z arrived without Big Boss, who was being repaired. The Lemons understood it was hard being a lemon. They had to be repaired all the time. The biggest boss engine appeared on the TV screen. It was the same engine as the one in the photo. The big boss spoke to the lemon. The World Grand Prix was supposed to show off aloud, the alternative fuel, but the lemons owned the oil derricks. They wanted aloud to look dangerous. The lemons were already targeting another race car with a WGP camera. Finn and Holly heard this over Mater's radio and sped off to stop them. But all too quickly, Finn, Holly, and Mater were captured. The three were tied into the giant crunching gears of a huge clock in London. When Graham and Asa told Mater that they were going to destroy Lightning, Mater escaped and headed straight to Lightning's pit. Stop at the London race. Holly and Finn escaped too, but they discovered something terrible. Mater, listen to me, Finn radioed. The enemy had a bomb on Mater. At Lightning's pit stop, Mater quickly raced away. He had to keep that bomb away from his friends. Lightning didn't want Mater to leave, not again. They were best friends. Lightning was determined to apologize to Mater for getting angry with him in Tokyo. He attached himself to Mater's tow hook as the lemons closed in on Mater. Holly sped to help. Deactivate the bomb, Finn shouted as he hauled in. The evil professor said. But the bomb was voice activated. The timer still ticked away. It can only be deactivated by the car who activated it, Professor said. That car must have been the big boss, but where and who was he? All Mater's friends from the Radiator Springs arrived to fend off the lemons. Guido tried to remove the bomb from Mater, but none of Guido's wrenches worked on the strange bolts, and then Mater understood it all. Mater activated his spy parachute, and rockets hooked Lightning to him and flew to Buckingham Palace. The Queen and Miles Axelrod were there, waiting to greet the racers. Mater glared at Axelrod. Mater had not leaked oil in Tokyo. He'd never leaked the mysterious engine in the photo were Axelrod's. He was the big boss. He wanted to make Al-Inol look bad so everyone would go back to oil, declared Mater. The bomb ticked down to 2 seconds. Deactivate! Axelrod screamed. The bomb and the World Grand Prix stopped right then and there. Mater was knighted by the Queen and became an international hero. Then he returned to the Radiator Springs with his best buddy, Lightning McQueen. The other international race cars joined them. Radiator Springs was now hosting the final race to find the fastest car in the world. Finn and Holly arrived and asked Mater if he would accompany them on their next mission. But Mater said no. This is where I belong, he said, smiling at all his friends. But Mater didn't ask them for one last favor, permission to use his secret agent rockets. Mater zoomed onto the track to join Lightning. at the head of the race. The two best buddies were together again at least last. I hope you enjoyed it, and please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. Bye.